All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Krishna. Uh, Welcome to the icebreaker session of the Explore CSR workshop. Um, like Kathy said last time, we would like to hear from you this time around, and preferably say less from our side. So before anything else, I'll just be presenting some recent work we've done in this field of what we call computational media intelligence. Just to get you all going with different terms we were talking about last time around. Again, like I said, this is an interactive session. So I've tried to make the slides also interactive, and I cannot see you all. So just whenever I ask something, unmute briefly and say something so I know I can hear you. All right. So what is computational media intelligence, right? And this would be also the framework or the overall underlying theme through which we hope to impress upon all of you that computer science programming and computer science research can help advance some of these fields. All right. Ooh, I'm trying to go to the next slide. There you go. All right. What is our mission at CCMI or the center so as part of our lab, we also have the center called Center for Computational Media Intelligence. So our goal here at CCMI is to understand these three distinct aspects of media content: persons, places, and topics. And why are we doing this? In order to understand how these representations in media relate to the society at large, or individuals, be it whether something as simple as how much money this movie makes, or whether this movie, whether people like this movie, or is this movie reinforcing negative stereotypes about certain groups of individuals in the society? It can be social questions like that too. Okay. So this is like a dump of all kind of features or models we can build. But most of it starts with analyzing audio, video, and movie scripts, audio, video, and text. And we can kind of go up the scale of abstraction. And if you can see, okay. So you can go up the scale of abstraction here by detecting speech, and faces, and utterances, and then do fancy stuff with that, like try to understand who is speaking to whom and when somebody's speaking and something like that. By the way, I don't have like a visual feedback. So if somebody has a question, just unmute, interrupt me. All right. So once we have a way of like parsing audio, video, and text streams of movies, then we can do a lot of stuff like predict if something, if there's violence, humor, emotion, or who is being shown when who is speaking and other stuff, along with some of social identity attributes like gender expression, age, or speaking time estimation, things like that. And like I said earlier, why do we care about this? We can do a lot of outcome. We can understand a lot of outcomes like representation analysis, box office ratings, and so on. All right. There's a lot of projects we do, but I'm gonna try to highlight 3 different projects we've done in the recent years and hope to show you guys how computer science can really make a change here. Again, these 3 projects are the efforts of so many people in our lab. In CCMI, I'm just speaking for them. All right. Okay. Before I show you this demo, let me ask, how many of you have seen the movie Hidden Figures? I see a few hands. Cool. All right. Let me show this demo to demonstrate what's the simplest kind of analysis we can do. Give me a second.
Krishna, we can't hear the audio. Can you replay the clip? And maybe also share your audio.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Give me 1 minute. I thought I'd figured this out the last time around. I had to do this, but clearly not.
When you share, I think you need to share with host share.
Yeah. I had muted my other screen. Give me a minute.
You did the math.
Yes, sir. I look beyond.
How do you know about the Atlas rocket? That's not math. That data's not here, like you said. It's classified.
Held it up to the light.
You held it up to the light.
Yes, sir.
Well, there it is.
Krishna, you have to unmute yourself.
Oops, sorry. Too many screens. All right. So that's kind of some of the work we can do, like automatically identify whether this person speaking or person being shown is male or female. And why do we need to automate this? Why can't we have a person sitting there and do this analysis? It's because we want to be able to run these on a large amount of movies and get to see the trends. So what do we do? Okay. So we ran this kind of analysis for the top 100 movies for every year.
Sorry, Krishna, questions right now? Or,
yeah.
We
yeah.
I
said, please interrupt me.
Okay. From Chris, he's like, is this tracking both visual and audio? Would be interesting to do a comparison of screen time versus script lines and see what the differences in ratios between male and female characters.
Absolutely. You're thinking along the right lines. In fact, let me show you the demo for what we did exactly that. All right, let's take a look at this graph moves quickly. This visual moves quickly, so just pay attention. So every year, we analyzed top 100 movies and categorized them into one of 5 groups. Mostly male, which is if women are shown 20% of the time or lesser, or mostly female when you have mostly women shown on screen for more than 80% of the time. Okay, so as you can clearly see here, yeah, my cursor, you can see my cursor. The mostly female movies are very few, and compared to even more male movies, more female movies are fewer. And this is for screen time, the left side of this. And we see a similar pattern for speaking time as well. So to answer Chris's question, there was not a surprisingly big disconnect between how much women are shown on screen or how much women speak on screen. However, there was a really interesting statistic that women, unfortunately, are speak less, even when they're shown on screen. That is, in other words, men speak more often, even when women are being shown on screen. This ties into the whole narrative about, be seen and not speak up kind of narrative, the stereotype, which is somewhat prevalent in Hollywood movies. Right.
We have
I'm
sorry.
Yeah.
From
no, please.
Yeah, to build on that, then, was the system trained on only the voices of male and female, and their face recognition as male or female?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So mostly, as you can imagine, training models to detect male versus female is relatively simpler than doing face recognition and then predicting if they're male or female. Right now, we are in the first phase of that modeling, but eventually we would like to go to the face recognition part of it, because now we can look at things beyond just male or female. We can look at, is this particular prominent character, I don't know, like Elsa in Frozen, although we can't do this in animation movies yet. Does Elsa always speak with Anna? Does she speak with Hans, for example? That's a question you can ask. All right. Again, why do we care about this? Oh, Chris, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I was just wondering if this can do like a live video, like live TV, like broadcast, and if it does like real time, or do you have to have like a clip and then kind of apply it?
If I were to guess, we haven't had to apply this real time because most of these are produced movies already. If I have to guess, we probably can implement this in almost real time. Maybe there'll be a couple of seconds lag, and when the people are being shown or heard on screen to when this measure is put out. So at the outset, I said, why do we care about this? And why do we care about, for example, female representation in movies in particular? Besides, actually, I would like to hear from you guys. Why do you think we care about female representation in movies? And why would you think such measures we developed are helpful? Any one of you?
I think a lot of people use movies to like learn about real life sort of social interactions and things. They can base their own life on that. So having a good representation will help like future generations.
Absolutely. But, for the sake of argument, let's look at something a little more shallow and what apparently matters when people make movies, money, right? The question is, do these movies sell? Surprisingly, we found that movies with more female representation actually sell better than other movies. So again, this is circling through different years. And the length of the bar here shows in billions, the top grossing for that year. And this is the 5 categories I talked about, mostly male through mostly female. And you can see almost throughout for most years, even though the number of movies with mostly female representation are fewer, they make a lot more money and are very competitive with the rest of the categories. Of course, there are other confounding factors here, like you could probably imagine, like genre, number of countries it's released in, and so on and so forth. But at least with respect to this one measure, we can see this really interesting trend, which is more of a reason to talk about why representation in movies matter. Oops, sorry. All right. Now let's take a step back. So we talked about speech and face representation, right? And somebody also mentioned, what about script lines? So we can look at script too. And machine learning and computer science here can help us automatically do stuff like count how people talk, when people talk, and how much they talk. And actually, is there anybody here who's ever written a movie script or wants to write a movie script? Hey, Chris, go ahead. You have a question?
Oh, no, I was just raising my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to be a film major before I came to USC.
Oh, nice. And when you read movie scripts, what do you think about?
When I read them?
Yeah. Like, what do you look for? Just one of them you look for.
Like what exactly I'm looking for when I'm reading a movie script?
Yeah.
I'd say character development, and I'd say looking at like the importance of characters' lines in terms of pushing forward either their development or the story, essentially like the value of their lines.
Right. That's a great lead into what I'm going to show you next. So we developed the system for this called CLAS, Computational Linguistic Analysis of Scripts. In fact, we applied for a patent for this as well, and it's pending. So the idea with class is that beyond just counting stuff, we can now try to get to more meat of the story, so to speak, about what is the nature of these interactions between characters, and can we understand how different characters interact with each other. Let me show you a demo. I'd be honestly shocked if at least one of us hasn't seen the movie Frozen. Please tell me that's the case. Okay, I see some smiles. So I guess that's true. All right, so let's look at Frozen. You can all see this. All right, let's start with something simple like counts, right? And you can see here the percentage counts a number of lines each character has. Anna has the most lines, and Chris followed by Kristoff. Elsa, although Elsa is one of the prominent characters when we watch the story, they don't have as many lines, which is something interesting to notice here. And overall, overall, you can see that there were 9 major characters, out of which only 2 were female, although a total of nearly 50% of the lines were spoken by female characters. What else can we look at? We can also look at what is the complexity or the nature of language of these characters. I won't bore you with details, but let me just highlight one thing. We can look at the kind of words people use in the language. For example, one of them is age of acquisition. That tells you how complex the language is. For example, doll versus democracy. Doll is something you pick up early in your development, but democracy is something you pick up way later and more complex. And in that sense, Elsa has a more complex language. That makes sense given how she's portrayed in the movie. And you can also look at this feeling of control. In emotion literature, it's related to dominance. And Hans happens to have a higher dominance in the character language. And if you recall the movie at all, you'll realize that is in fact true, right? And what else? We can also look at the prominence of a character, not just by the number of lines, but how many other characters they interact with. Like Anna would be the most prominent character because Anna gets to interact with all the other characters at least once. And you can also talk about Bechdel's test. Some of you must have heard about Bechdel's test at least once. So the idea there is you need to be able to, a movie passes, quote unquote, passes this Bechdel test if you have at least 2 named women who talk to each other about something besides a man. And you can do this automatically using computer programming and natural language understanding. That's kind of, we see that it passes Bechdel test. All right. One last project we did recently, and then we can go to the next things on the agenda. We looked at how people's professions are portrayed in movies over the past, 30 years? 70 years. Yeah. So that's a lot of movies. We did this from movie subtitles. Scripts are difficult to get, so we just dumped a whole bunch of movie subtitles, constructed a taxonomy of what different professions are, and did and do some tracking. So let's see what kind of analytics we can, oops. All right, I'm sorry about that. But from a tracking perspective, what I would have shown you, if maybe next workshop, I'll show you that. What we saw is that some professions are changing over the years in movies. And that is very related to how these professions evolved in real life. Think about psychotherapist, right? Therapy was not very popular before 1980, but it became popular after 1980. And you can see this from a large scale automatic analysis in movies. And we also found annoyingly some very gendered stereotypes of the references. For example, waiter went down over the years. waitress, on the other hand, went up over the years. So we can derive all these really interesting findings from a large-scale analysis of movies. All right, so that's just to give you a context of what we do and what we are constantly thinking about. For the next, so I'm just going to briefly go over what the remaining of this workshop sessions look like. Don't worry about the details yet. We'll keep you posted on every detail as we come up to it. So this is where we are, right? Oops, let me see if I can. All right, so this is where we are. We'll first be talking about, after this, we'll be talking about data handling. How do we read data? What are the different aspects of data we have to think about when we are thinking about computer science or machine learning projects? And then we'll jump into machine learning or deep learning. And then finally, we talk about, you say you have all this data, you have all these numbers, how do we go from there to solid findings? That's what. And finally, it's a hackathon. So again, the different components, workshop 2 through 4, will serve to give you the tools to apply the tools on a project. We'll talk more about the project probably in workshop 2. And you'll be divided into teams, and each team gets to work on a project. And all these projects will be related to movie domain. So if you have any ideas, don't hold back. We have a set of ideas for each of you, each of the teams, but we are happy to hear from you all. Okay, that's all I have. If you have any questions, maybe we can spend a minute or two before moving on.
I have
All right.
a question.
Oh yeah, so go ahead.
How long does it usually take to do these projects?
In terms of research and development,
Yeah.
you mean? Yeah. Well, I can tell you from my experience. I started in 2015, and I've been working on this project, different aspects of this project with others in the team since then. Some projects take, like the profession project, I think it took probably 6 months to get it into this kind of analysis. But of course, you also have to remember there's an open-ended component to it. Some of these problems are not really well defined in the field of engineering, computer science, mostly because we have no idea what the social scientists, the humanities, and the digital media studies are talking about. So there's a lot of knowledge transfer we have to go through before getting to this place. But that said, especially with all the technology in recent days, if you want to implement something like this and evaluate it, you can probably do that in a couple of weeks. There's one more question from, go ahead, sorry, I can't see your name.
I have a question.
Hey, Hannah.
So do you like supply this data to studios and production companies and stuff so they can, like, are they actually like using it? Just because I know all these past years, it just seems pretty stagnant in like female representation. So do you like work with them or whatever so that they could benefit from the data?
That's a great question, right? Why do we do all this if you don't see any change? That's absolutely a right question. Yeah, we work with several so-called advocacy groups to have outreach to community and production agencies. I don't know if you heard of Gina Davis Institute. This is a gender and media institute run by Gina Davis. We closely collaborate with them. In fact, all these long-term projects are with them. And we see a small uptrend, very small uptrend, not statistically significant, but a small uptrend in female representation over the past 6 years. But I'll tell you a more anecdotal impact I like to think we made. How many of you have seen Dark Crystal here, the latest animated show, Dark Crystal on Netflix? Okay, if you haven't, I would really recommend it because I think they got representation right. in terms of a diversity of roles as well as characters that they play. And this is Jim Henson, the Jim Henson Studio Company, and it's right now run by Lisa Henson. So GDI, backed with all this data, they went to the Jim Henson Company and they showed them all this data and told them, like, look, women are consistently being underrepresented and their roles are very stereotypical, they're not being heard, and so on. And so they completely flipped the script. If you watch Dark Crystal, you realize how wonderfully they've done it. And if you've seen the original Dark Crystal, like, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, you would never have imagined that the prequel to this could have been a matriarchy with so many interesting characters. So that's one success story, I guess. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Building off of that,
yeah.
I just have a kind of, I guess, more open-ended / like macro point of view. Do you feel like this would ever be implemented commercially? Like, just say Disney uses this to collect data to, even before they start writing scripts or producing movies, as like a baseline for certain metrics that they want to hit in terms of representation. Do you think that that'll ever become something that happens in the film industry, like the standard?
I would hesitate to use the word standard, but definitely a research tool. I mean, it would be nice to have a standard, but I think it takes a little more work than that. But definitely as a research tool, or something you can even give as a summary sheet to the script readers. You probably know this, like before it goes to a producer, there is a person who reads the script and summarizes the script for the producer. What are the highlights of the script? So imagine this tool being plugged in there that can give additional insights which humans may not be able to pick up on, right? On that note, in fact, we wrote a grant and submitted to USC Stevens Center, and we got a grant to develop this tool exactly for that, and we've been working on it ever since. All right, I'll take one more question if you have before we move on. All right, Kathy, off to you.
Cool. Are you going to pull out the slides?
Oh yeah. Which slides are we talking about?
The team, the one with everyone.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Okay. So right now, this is the time we're gonna learn more about each other, and remember that assignment we put in the email saying that you're gonna introduce the person in the slide next to yours, and I will be introducing Amrutha. And we will try to keep this short, so each person get, like, no more than 30 seconds, so you don't have to worry that you have to tell the life story of that person. Yeah. So Amrutha, she's the 5th year PhD, and I've been working with her. She's super nice and super knowledgeable. And other than, like sharing with us that her interest is singing, her major research is on wearable sensing for behavior applications. And she has a younger brother who's also a CPA. So if Amrutha, you can unmute yourself and just, kind of wave so people can also see you on the side of the screen.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, so that's Amrutha. And your turn, Amrutha.
Yeah. Thanks, Kathy. That was a super nice intro. I'm going to introduce Digbalai, and I'm going to suggest Digbalai unmute now and say hi, so people know.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so Digbalai is like our resident computer vision expert. He's been taking the leadership role in the Mica group that does a lot of the work that Krishna talked about. He enjoys skyline and landscape photography, and he also is like a resident quiz master. He enjoys trivia and has been quizzing since for a long time. And yeah, I think he would be a really cool mentor to have, and feel free to ask him any new questions.
Yeah, thank you, Amrutha, for that wonderful introduction. So I will be introducing Rimita. So Rimita is a 3rd year PhD student. in SAIL. So Ramita leads our efforts in CARE Group. So CARE Group works mostly with analysis of kids with autism spectrum disorder. Ramita's interests are mostly in conversational analytics and looking at different interesting audio applications. So one interesting fact about her is she enjoys cooking a lot. I think the pandemic has improved or like added to her cooking skills. And also she also likes to travel to national parks and other places. So Ramita, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hey everyone, Digbale, thanks for such a nice introduction. Yeah, so I will be introducing Dylan. So Dylan, if you can unmute yourself and say hi to everyone so that everyone can know.
Yeah, hey guys, nice to meet you. I'm Dylan.
So Dylan is a third-year PhD student. So Dylan is also associated with the MICA project, and mainly his research focuses on analytics based on music and so on. The fun stuffs about Dylan, apart from the thing that he's learning golf during this quarantine days, I got to know that he has a twin brother and he's a fan of Denver Broncos. So that's all for Dylan, and he's a really nice guy to work with. So feel free to reach out to him, and I'm pretty sure he must be a very good mentor too.
Awesome, thank you so much, Ramita. So I'm going to be introducing Burke. So Burke's actually a first-year PhD student with the SAIL Lab. So he's just now kind of getting his feet wet and exploring, you know, all the different areas of research that we do. But as he mentioned, he's really into music, especially music with polyrhythm. So he's a prog guy, he's a jazz guy, which is really cool. So maybe some of the music projects we're looking into might be interesting to him. And then in addition to that, he's also really fond of traveling and visiting new places and exploring new cultures. So hopefully, you know, as we come out of the pandemic, we'll be able to pick that back up again.
Yeah, thanks for the intro, Dylan. I'll be introducing Rajat from our team. He's a third-year PhD student associated with SAIL. I've learned a lot of fun facts about him. So he likes to play chess very much. He can solve Rubik cubes under 20 seconds, actually, which is very impressive, I think. And finally, he's into herbal teas, I guess because of the pandemic, maybe. And his favorite tea is hibiscus tea. So I'm a first-year student here, and even during this short time and interacting with him, I'm learning a lot from him. So maybe you will learn a lot from him as well.
Thank you so much, Buck. Hi, everyone. I'm Rajat. I'll be introducing Krishna. As you've already heard from him, he's a senior PhD candidate at SAIL. His research interests are plenty, as you can glean from his conversation. He focuses on multimodal applications, both within media intelligence and in other domains as well. He's into movies. I think he's mentioned that he's watched A Few Good Men over 50 times. He likes drinking coffee, traveling around the world. I think New York is one of his favorite places to live in until now. And I'm sure he'll be a great mentor. He has been a great mentor to all of us within the lab as well. And I'll hand it over to Krishna.
Hey, everyone. I have to thank Rihanna and Jade. I was going through the slides, and I really liked what you did with your slides, so I had to do something with my slide. Thank you for that. So I get to introduce Kathy. Right. Kathy has been doing amazing work managing the research efforts of CCMI. She's been like our liaison, so to speak, from CCMI to Google, and she's always accessible. She's an amazing person to work with. And you know, she has 2 adorable nephews, which is always nice to have. Having 4 nieces, you know, you get all the cuteness without all the responsibility, which is great. Um, and Kathy is from Taiwan, but she really likes Mexican food.
Thank you, Krishna. So now we will have the participants, to introduce each other, and we might run into cases the person whose slide is next to yours is not here today. Then we will just skip to the next. You will just introduce the next slide. I know ideally we want everyone to be here, but in an unfortunate event, if they're not here, we'll just skip that slide and go to the next person. Does that sound good to you guys? Okay. So then the first one we have is.
So I guess Chris gets to be introduced by the last person. So we'll start with Como by Chris.
Yeah, so is it Kamal or Komal? Just to make sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh, Komal is good.
Okay, Komal. Yeah, so we talked a little bit on Slack. She's a sophomore, a computational neuroscience major. She also played the viola for 7 years, which is crazy. Her favorite food is sushi and poke, and she really recommends watching The Queen's Gambit.
Hi guys, so yeah, I'm Komal. I'm introducing Hannah Rose, who is a sophomore majoring in electrical and computer engineering, a huge Taylor Swift fan, and engaging with theories surrounding her music on TikTok. I also asked Hannah Rose some really specific intro questions because I don't like cliche ones. So I asked her favorite taco toppings and her favorite book. So her favorite taco order is a chicken taco with the normal add-ons of cheese, lettuce, and sour cream. And her favorite book that she recently read was The Ride of a Lifetime by Disney CEO Bob Iger. And she really recommends it because she was a huge Disney fan.
Yep, got the nail on the head. I think that's the saying. Okay, I'm presenting Rihanna, and I actually know Rihanna. She's the same major as me, electrical and computer engineering. She's also in SWE with me, and she knows how to play the saxophone, but also she mentioned that her favorite TV show was Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, pretty cool.
Hi, I'll be presenting Pooja. She's a freshman, also studying electrical and computer engineering. She learned how to cook and bake over quarantine, and she told me her favorite thing to make was mini cheesecake bites and puff pastries, which is really impressive. And we also found out that we have a similar class this semester, so I found a new study buddy.
Thank you, Rihanna. I'll be introducing Azra. She's also a first-year electrical and computer engineering major, so I'm excited to meet some new classmates. She really enjoys landscape photography and grew up in LA. During her first semester at USC, she got involved with research at the Neuroimaging Lab, which is really cool.
Thanks, Pooja. I'll be introducing Chika. If you can go to the presentation mode, because she had some a few more photos to show.
Krishna, can you share the slide deck?
Yeah.
So Chika, she is majoring in journalism, and she is also interested in minoring in computer science. She loves to watch movies, and she lives in Miami, Florida, and she has a twin sister.
Thank you, Azrin. The person I'm introducing today is Caroline Jin. Since I only have 30 seconds, I'm just gonna go through a kind of buzz around of different facts about her. Okay, so of course her name is Caroline Jin. Her nickname is Carol. She's 20 years old. Her major is electrical engineering. Her school year, she's a senior. She was born in Indiana and she's living in Louisiana now. She likes lots of music, but her guilty pleasure is Avril Lavigne. She's had a sweet tooth, so she loves dessert. Her favorite movie is Howl's Moving Castle or Hereditary. So she has very diverse taste. Things she can't live without is her glasses. Her pet peeve is liquids in the trash. Ew. What she wants to do in life is get a cat and spoil it rotten. And the reason that she's joining the workshop is because she's in her senior year and she wanted to try something she's never done before.
Hi, thanks. I'm introducing Anjali. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Based on her slide, she's a freshman. She's studying ECE. Her fun fact is that she makes digital artwork in her spare time. And when I talked to her on Slack, she did say her hobbies are drawing and playing video games. I asked her about her favorite song, movie, and book, but she said she doesn't have any because it always changes. But her favorite color is greenish blue, and she said her dream vacation spot would be Quebec because of the architecture.
Hi, I'll be introducing Amy. Amy is a junior majoring in communication. Her favorite color is green, and her favorite hobby is crocheting. She started learning over winter break, and if she could go anywhere in the world, it'd be Shanghai to visit her family.
Hi, everyone. I'll be introducing Anna Marie today. Anna Marie is a junior PR major, and her hobbies include rowing, cycling, and baking. She loves the show Euphoria, and her favorite music genre is everything except for EDM.
Hello, thank you for the beautiful introduction. So unfortunately, I didn't hear back from Eden, or I texted the wrong person, but I don't think so. But based on the slide, he's a freshman. He's arts and tech, business, innovation, and computer science. And he's been learning to skateboard and he falls down much less.
So Ethan is actually not here today. In this case, I can introduce.
I guess Tiffany gets to introduce twice, herself and the next person too.
Yeah.
Tiffany's here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name's Tiffany, and I'm a sophomore majoring in communication. And one fun fact is I can touch my tongue to my nose, and I'm also from Taiwan, so same as Kathy. Yeah. And I'll be introducing Pallavi. She's a senior majoring in public relations, and some things she's into is cooking, reading, and pop culture.
Thanks for the introduction, Tiffany. So I'll be introducing Sarah, who is a sophomore majoring in electrical and computer engineering. And when I messaged her, she said that she used to play basketball and golf in high school, which she really liked.
Thank you for that introduction. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'll be introducing Jade. She's a junior studying communication. She's also attended live tapings of both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. And when I asked her what was her favorite movie, she said it was like Titanic, and her favorite color is pink, as you can see on the slide. Also, she's a California native and transferred to USC last semester.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Sarah. Hello, my name's Jade, and I'll be introducing Brandon. Brandon is a senior majoring in PR, and both of his parents went to UCLA, which is a bummer, but we're super glad he's a Trojan. And then your bonus Brandon facts are that he's from Irvine, and that's in Orange County. His favorite color is yellow. He loves Salt and Straw, and in the future, he has an interest in doing marketing for lifestyle or outdoor brands.
Thank you, Jade. So I'm introducing Sarah. She's a junior with majoring in computer science. One thing that most people don't know is that Sarah loves painting and creating animations, as well as Sarah's from Mississippi and is a part of the Trojan Marching Band.
Hi guys, I'm introducing Chloe. She's a sophomore studying computer science, and she learned how to sew over quarantine. I also learned that she got to experiment with some baking and cooking over the break.
All right, thanks, Sarah. I'm Chloe, and I'm introducing Stephen. Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to him, but he is a junior studying public relations, and he's a bit of a movie fanatic.
And Stephen is not here today either. So Jessica, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Jessica. I'm majoring in civil engineering with an environmental emphasis, and I'm teaching my nephew how to play the piano. And I'm going to be introducing Rachel. She didn't reply to my Slack messages. I don't know if maybe she doesn't have it or something, but she's a sophomore and she's a computer science major, and she learned how to speak Japanese last year.
Rachel is not here either.
Yeah, I saw her in a meeting yesterday, and she said that she probably wasn't gonna be here. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm Neha. I'm a sophomore communications major, and I didn't really know what to say. So I used to live in London for when I was really little. So that was my fun fact.
Wait, sorry about that. Hold on a second. Sorry.
Well, I think that actually pretty much conclude our introduction with the participant today, because the last person, William, he's not here either.
Oh, and I think the last person gets to introduce Chris, but
so Neha will also introduce Chris.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Yeah.
Where is his profile?
There you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't talk to Chris, but I can introduce him. He's a junior, and he's majoring in public relations. And one thing that, you bite your ice cream? Oh, that's terrible. He bites his ice cream. So yeah, it's like a serial killer trait.
Okay, so that concludes our introduction today, and next we will be going into icebreaker. That's the fun part. So, Amruta, do you want to kind of explain the game, or do you want?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have enough time to explain the game, so we're just gonna play it. So all of you are going to be divided into groups. So these will be the same groups that you work on for the project. So this is like a project assignment / icebreaker game, I guess. Okay. So we have already put you in different groups. Each group has 4 to 5 people. And Kathy, do you want to share the list with them, or are we not doing that now?
We are. I think Krishna has the list too. He will be pulling it up.
Okay. Krishna?
Yeah. So do you want me to just share it on the screen, Kathy, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you already have.
Or if they're all logged in, maybe even just share the sheet with them. I don't know.
Okay. The red, that doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. So these are the teams.
Don't mean anything yet.
Yes.
Yeah, don't mean anything yet.
Yeah. So just remember which team you are in, like team number 1.
Yeah, maybe take a screenshot. If you're not gonna remember everything, just take a screenshot. So these are your initial assignments of group members.
Yeah.
So there'll be certain you'll all have to participate in an activity, and like you will need to know it'll help to know who your group members are.
Mm-hmm.
For now, just remember your team number.
Yeah.
Actually, that's better.
That would be what you use to answer the questions.
Yeah. You can actually go back.
Putting this on Slack, so you have you can look at it.
Yeah. So once we start the questions, in the chat box, you will, if you know the answer, type in your team number. So once you type it in, like, you know, we would look at the order of the team that type in, and we will ask you for the answer. And once you get it correctly, then, you know, your team wins.
So ideally, we would all have been in person while playing this. So you would have had the opportunity to like discuss among your team members. That's not something we can really do on Slack, on Zoom. So what you do instead is, so we are playing 2 different kinds of games. So one of the games is like a trivia round, and then there is like a activity round. So in the trivia round, you would be given clues to different questions, and you have to like guess the person, like who am I, kind of a trivia round. And you'll be given like different clues, and after each clue, if any of you in a group think you know the answer, you can just type in your group number. Do not guess on the chat, because you know then everyone else would be able to see your response, and Kathy would call on you. So Kathy will give you opportunity to like guess, and then for the activity round, we'll pick someone from each group, like so from group 1, 2, 3, wherever. Krishna, Kathy, do you guys want to pick like a person? So, okay. So this is what we're going to do. There'll be a person picked randomly from one of the groups. And that group would not participate in this particular round in this game. And whoever wins like the challenge or the activity, they would get this person, like the person who we have chosen in the beginning would get to join the new group, and someone from that particular group would cycle to a different group. Like, so it's just a shuffling. We are like shuffling you guys based on like an activity or a trivia question. Is like, I think we should just play around. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, we will just start with group number 1. So group number 1 will not be playing this round because Como will be traded out to the team whichever answered the question correctly. So is that making sense? So everyone from team 1, you don't have to play this round. And Como, pretty much you will not be in team 1 after this round. Okay, let's give them the first question. And team 2, 3, 4, 5, get ready. So who will be presenting the first question?
Bose.
Yeah, I can go first. So, as based on the rules, so this is more like a trivia kind of round. So we will be giving like 4 clues for a question. So you have to guess who the personality is. So I'll start with like giving clues one by one. And so if you know the answer, just like discuss with your group in chat. And also don't post the guesses directly on the chat. So Kathy would call out the person from each group to unmute and guess an answer. So here's the first question. So as I mentioned, this is about a person. So just listen to the clues carefully. So the first clue is, I'm a well-known media personality. So the next clue that would be is I'm associated with USC, but I was turned down as a student.
If any of you want to guess, you can just type in, like if any of you think you know
Yeah.
the answer, just type in your group name on the chat, on the Zoom chat.
Yeah. So I'm just repeating the first two clues. I'm a well-known media personality. I'm associated with USC, but was turned down as a student. The next clue I would give is I have worked with sharks, dinosaurs.
Digbalay, we have a guess from group 3.
Yeah, Digbalay, we should take some of these guesses.
Sure.
So now do I say that? I guess. or do I-
Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven
Sure.
Spielberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it, Brandon.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, sure. That's the correct answer.
Okay, so now Como will be going to group 3. And group 3 will not be playing this round. And Caroline from group 3 will be traded out.
Just to answer a question on Slack, it's on Slack. The group assignments are on Slack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also putting it on screen so you can see a live shuffle here.
Yeah. Okay, so group 3 will not be playing for this round. So 1, 2, 4, and 5. Are you guys ready?
I think like the next round is going to be like an activity round where, like, Kathy, can you pick one person from each of the other groups to play this game?
Okay, so group 1, Anna. Group 2, Hannah. Group 4, Neha. And group 5, Carrie. Let me see. Yeah, Carrie.
Okay, so what do you have to do?
Carrie is here, sorry. Let me see, Chika.
Okay. So Krishna would like share on screen like a set of gestures, and there would be like a beat. So the challenge would be you have to like try and follow the gestures and try to get these gestures right on the beat. The person who does it best like wins the round.
So they would do
Does
it
that
one
make
by one,
sense?
right?
Yeah, they would do
Yeah.
one by one. So yeah.
Wait, but whoever goes second, they get to see what the first person did, or
Yeah.
there is different set of gestures
Oh.
for everyone.
I did not think this through. I can just generate more options if you want. Like we can do that. We have 4 of them right here. So we can do four different ones.
Okay.
And yeah, we can do this. Yeah, let's
All right,
just do
we'll
the
start.
4 ones.
I guess so. We are starting with team 3 because Komal went to team 3, and now Caroline
No, Como
is.
No, team 3 does not get to play.
Yeah.
Because the new person got chosen from team
Got
3.
it. Got
Like,
it.
so
Sorry.
1, 2, 4, 5.
Okay.
So from team 1, Anna, you're up.
All right.
Can you unmute yourself?
Can you actually see my actual front screen?
Yeah,
my
I can
face.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to.
But can everyone else
pin-
mute? So if she speaks. I can't. Hannah, can you say something?
Me? You say Hannah? Oh.
Kathy? There are 2 people with very similar names.
Yeah, okay. I think Anna is up. So I'm going to mute myself.
We are all confused. Is it Anna or Hannah?
Anna.
Anna, okay.
Yeah, Anna Marie.
Okay.
Anna Marie.
Yes.
Krishna, can you go to the first set of gestures?
All right. Am I ready to go? Okay.
Yeah, slide 11. Okay.
All right.
And
who
there's
is
some music.
watching
Like you have
Anna
to click on
to see if she's doing it right or not?
I can't see her on screen right now. Can anybody?
Do you want to pin her on the screen?
I really
Maybe
want
multi-pin.
to. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Zoom.
You'd be surprised as engineers. In what, a year now, we would get a hang of it. But
I want to get out of the screen share. How do I get out of screen share and see all the participants?
Oh,
you
Give
can
me a
click the
second.
gallery mode on the side, like there's a view gallery mode.
Are you trying to pin her? I can do that.
Can you pin her?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Feel like I'm failing it already.
all right. Cool.
Okay.
Anna,
I
just make
still
sure you
can't-
can see your screen.
I still can't
I
see
still
her.
see
Is she
like the
pinned?
icebreaker thing.
There you go. Yeah. I'm gonna switch the screen and make sure you see it. All right, cool. Ready?
Okay. Wait, so
You gotta do that to the beat. Hold on. Let me play
Okay,
it.
good.
And just do it to the beat. Give me a.
Okay. Where's the beat?
You can't hear it?
No.
All right.
Krishna, it's okay. Let her just do it.
Yeah. Okay. Just
Do it as fast as you can, I guess.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
So the next one will be Hannah from group 2.
Ooh, okay.
Let me pin her. Wait, isn't somebody from Cell can do beatbox? I remember someone can do beatbox. Do we have them on the mentor group?
I can't
Do I
beatbox.
Not gonna be
It's
me.
my life. Work, can you?
No. Well, fun fact, we came up with this idea by watching some challenge on TikTok, and we tried to reproduce this here. So yeah, that's the background for this one. Okay.
We actually have some code for this, which we will share with you tomorrow, maybe.
Okay, Hannah,
All right.
what you have to do is follow the gesture, like do it as fast as you can. But
right now?
Yeah, follow the order.
Yeah.
Okay.
This.
Oh, there's a new one. Okay. Was that good?
That was really good.
Really?
She's done
That
it.
was impressive, Hannah.
Thank you. I do practice my TikTok dances, so it's kind of
Makes sense. I tried this like a million times. I cannot get it right.
Krishna, I feel like this game's difficult for us.
Okay, so the next one from group 4 is Neha. Let me find her up here. Okay, so, yep, you're up. Okay.
Wait, not this. Sorry, different one. There you go.
Okay.
That's the one.
Yay!
Really? Wow. Okay, Amrita, we totally.
We should
our
we
estimate is totally off.
So just to
Okay.
give you some background, we tried to play this game and we were all terrible.
Yes.
We were miserable at it.
We were really bad at it. So
Okay, so the last one from group 5 will be Chika. Let me try to find her. Here you go. Found you. Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Are you? Okay, here you go.
No, you do this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can start now?
Yeah, start now.
Yeah.
Is it with the same hand or both hands?
Same hand, right?
Okay.
Good questions. Same hand. Yeah.
Yeah, they're mostly sequences like with just one hand, I think.
Okay, thanks.
Whoa. Oh my God, I'm so impressed.
Kathy, I think you should just randomly pick the next group. All of these guys are really good.
Yeah, I know. They put us to shame.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will have Caroline go to group 2. Let me. Okay. So then now for the next round, group 2 will not be participating, and group 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what is the next thing?
Be like another trivia round.
Yeah. Burke, do you want to go for the next trivia question?
So I don't have it open in front of me. I was connecting from my iPad.
Okay.
I
Dylan,
can take over for
yeah,
it.
sure, sure.
All right, so I'm gonna start off just reading the first clue. Again, these are it's a who am I, so it's people. So we're guessing people. So the first clue is I am a mathematician specializing in computing trajectories for spacecraft. Any guesses? All right, so then the second clue is in 2015, I was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Third clue, NASA named a computational research facility in my honor. Oh. So remember, guys, type in the name of your group and not your guess.
Yeah, Chris has the.
Okay, group 5, Chris.
Yeah.
Wait, my bad. I typed in the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, just go ahead and say it out loud.
Yeah,
Katherine
sure.
Johnson.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
the
correct.
correct answer. Yeah.
Yay, okay.
Nice job.
Wait, the demo I showed you earlier, the little movie demo with boxes for people talking. So that is a movie about her, Hidden Figures.
The lead actress who was talking was playing the role of Katherine Johnson.
Okay, so for the next round, group 5 will not be participating and Christopher will be traded out. So team 1, 2, 3, 4, get ready.
Should we do another trivia, Amrita?
Actually, yeah, let's do.
Yeah, let's do another
I
trivia.
feel like these guys
Seems
are so
like
good
that's
at
I
the other
know.
game.
Yeah, trivia is our strong suit. Let's just stick with that.
Yeah. Digvana, feel free to ramp up the question difficulty if you know, if you
Absolutely,
want to.
yeah.
Yeah, these guys are like really good at this, so.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So is okay. Burke, can you go, or should I just ask the next question? Can you?
Both, go ahead.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. So the next question is also like a trivia question for like who am I kind of question. So I'll start with the first clue. Like I'm a famous actor, director, and narrator. The next clue is I have worked in a wide variety of films, like including dramas, thrillers, documentaries. The third clue is I built gadgets for Batman. So I'll repeat till, okay.
Group 5, Chika.
Group 5, yeah, sure, go on.
Is it Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
Oh. No. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, but group 5 was not supposed to participate in this one because we're trading out.
We'll call this a bonus question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
go for the next question.
Okay. So
Sure.
group 5, remember to hold it in.
Okay. So the first clue is I am a famous scientist renowned for contributions in 2 different fields. The second one, I belong to a family of Nobel Prize winners, to be specific, 4 Nobel Prizes. The third one, I advance the existing research in the field of radioactivity. Do we have some guesses?
Yeah, we have
Yes.
group 2.
Caroline?
Yeah.
Is
go on,
it
Caroline.
Marie Curie?
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
Whoa! Okay, so Christopher will be going to group 2. Okay, so now the next round, group 2 will trade out Sarah, and group 1, 3, 4, 5 can participate. We have the next question. Do we make the next question the last one, or do we want to go for a couple more rounds?
I think we can have like 10 minutes for like maybe just interacting with each other. We can maybe open the floor up for questions.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
think?
So then, we'll just go for the last round for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rumita, you want to ask another question?
I don't think I am ready with another one, but just give it. If anyone else has anything to ask, go ahead.
I thought we had like 4 questions, right? Trivia.
I
Not
think
sure.
we're done with 4.
Someone here wants to make a trivia question up.
Can make a bonus question.
But I actually want to ask, do one of you have a trivia question about something that,
Yeah, like you can ask us as well.
you know?
Like that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same
Any
way,
of
like
the
who am I?
participants want to volunteer? Like, who is the? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pick on people. Who is the Disney nerd, or like the Disney person? I feel like you would know a lot of Disney trivia. Maybe you can ask. I'm so sorry, I forgot who. Do any of you guys remember who was the person who introduced themselves as like? I think. Wait,
Oh, Ethan,
I'm
I
sure.
think that person is not here.
No, it was a girl.
No, it was.
A girl.
It wasn't
I'm sorry.
Eden.
Sorry.
There were just too many other intros after, so I kind of.
Well,
Okay.
sorry, were you going to say something?
No, go on.
I have one. I just looked it
Yeah.
up, so we'll see if you get it. She was nominated for 14 Emmy Awards and has won 3. That's a clue 1. Bonus. Oh, really? I feel like you saw my screen. Okay, no, that's not okay. I realized a minute late before I started screen sharing. Okay, anyway, I just wanted you guys to know about Cicely Tyson. If you don't know about her, look her up. She's an amazing personality. Anyway, well, so much for that. So there's still an open trivia question if somebody wants to come up with something.
No one? Really? Okay, I'm gonna make one up. Give me a second.
Wait, so that wasn't a trade?
No, because I showed my
It's okay.
card.
Making sure.
Well, while we're doing that, just feel free to chat with us.
Yeah.
Say whatever it's in your mind, and it doesn't have to be a question, nothing. I know
Do you
it's
have
like
any questions
it's
for
almost 8:30.
mentors? Do you have any like?
Yeah, sure. Go
For
on,
all
please.
the mentors out there,
Yeah.
do you like waffles or pancakes?
Both.
Waffles.
And give your reasoning.
Waffles.
Raffles.
The would you rather questions always throw me. I really don't know how to answer them.
You pick one, Krishna. You pick one. And then you defend it until you die.
I don't have a waffle maker, so I think that makes the question really easy. Pancakes are like the only thing I have access to. But pancake mix, like for how cheap it is and how many like meals you can make, it's amazing.
No, Dylan.
That's grad student talk for you.
No, yeah.
At
Like you live
Smart
in
and
LA,
Final,
you should be
yeah.
eating like ricotta pancakes with like blueberry marmalade or something. Like you do not eat
at
regular
Smart and
pancakes
Final,
anymore.
you can buy
That
a
is also grad
5-pound
student
bag
talk
for
for you.
$4.
I've
Just a
started
heads
a
up.
war.
I'm not eating healthy pancakes or healthy waffles. You will not see me with a healthy pancake. Okay. If you guys don't have any questions for us,
Wait, actually,
I can,
if you don't mind, I'll put someone on spot.
Yeah.
I apologize, I forgot your name. Was it Jade who participated in Jeopardy? Are you
Hi.
here, Jade? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went to a live taping of it and Wheel of Fortune. I was lucky enough to go to a taping when Alex Trebek was still host.
And tell us about it. Like,
Oh
what
my
do you think?
gosh. So like I'm sure you guys have all seen those shows before. Alex Trebek is literally the person he is on TV. Like during all the commercial breaks, he was so nice. He would answer any questions we had and just like joke around with us. And then with Wheel of Fortune, Pat and Vanna were like, they came out, they did their thing, but when it was commercial breaks, they'd go backstage. They wouldn't really interact with the audience. Alex was a lot more of a people person, so just kind of an interesting experience to have. Like the tickets are free too, so once it's safe to do things like that again, it's an experience I recommend people do. It's kind of like an all-day thing though. You got to get there early, stay late. They do a bunch of episodes in one taping sitting.
And really, tell me how many of you were humming Jeopardy, the theme music, while Jade was talking about it.
I'm sure that honestly everybody in the audience was too. Like obviously you can't say your answers, but there were a few people who would still be whispering them anyways, and that was like a big no-no.
Cool. Thanks, Jade.
Yeah, of course.
I once, like last semester, I also went to CBS Television City. My friend and I did a taping of The Late Late Show with James Corden. That was also very fun. Like it was different. Like it wasn't like, they don't do multiple tapings, they just do the one, but there was like who they termed like the hype person, and they would make us like cheer on command. It felt very strange. But the show was good, and we got to see some cool like cast members and things.
I feel like that would be nice. Like we should have someone cheer on command here. Like this is so nice. Like anytime. Have anyone else been on like, oh, thanks, Chris. You don't have to wait for the commands. You know that, right? Like we welcome cheers.
Yes.
That was too nice.
I went to How I Met Your Mother screening. What do you call that screening?
Taping.
Not screening. Taping once. That a while ago. That was fun.
I was almost gonna say audition.
I can't act if my life depends on it. Oh, and while we were chatting, I also realized that two people here who have twin siblings. Did you know that?
I remember
Yeah, it's Chika. Is that right?
Chika.
Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what that feels like? Having a twin sibling?
I mean, having a twin, I guess, is pretty normal to having any other sibling. But I guess something that's pretty cool, at least with my sister and I, that like there's no such thing as twin telepathy, but there are some times when we kind of like know what the other person is thinking. So it is always cool whenever we like talk at the same time and like creep people out. We sometimes do.
Yeah, I don't do anything close to that.
There are actually these twin studies done, like studies done on like twins to see like how their thoughts like grow and diverge. Like I didn't know this. I actually found out about this because of an Agatha Christie book, which has like twins who end up getting murdered. But I mean, it's a crime story. So, but they actually like there are like a lot of studies on like twins and like how their brains are like similar / different. I found that, I mean, the geek that I am, that's the most interesting thing that I found in the book.
I almost
Okay, I think
participated in a twin study as a kid. Me and my twin were asked to, but our parents were like scared. They were like, insert something in us. So we never did it. But I think we did.